Jason, thanks for doing this. I know that it's got to hurt like hell.
It does.
And I wonder, but what's the overriding emotion right now? Is it pride yet, or does that have to wait because of the injury?
No, it does. I mean, I told the guys after, very proud of the group, very proud of our organization. You know, we all do this to win. We all came here expecting to win. I think when that ball was up in the air, everybody in our room believed it was going to get caught. We're going to get a 2-point conversion to go to overtime. That's just the way the team believes, you know. But my hat's off to Sask. I mean, they made the plays in the game, enough of them to beat us, and, you know, we got to get back to work now. You know, unfortunately, that takes 6 months to do, but or 6 months before we'll be together again, but we can all start working again. So we'll have our last team meeting on Tuesday and then look forward to next year.
Jason, it was the first loss for Davis in a tough moment. How have you seen his game?
I mean, he battled, I'll tell you that much. I mean, he gave everything he had to the very end, and that's what I'm very proud of him, because I know it was a tough week to prepare to even play, and he put it all on the line. You know, he'll get better from this game. There's no doubt in my mind. And I can't imagine the amount of work he'll put in this offseason to be at his best for training camp next year. So I think this is just one of those games. It's not going to define him. It's just going to make him better.
Hey, Jason, just a follow-up maybe on Davis. Are you going to try to manage what he's going to be doing in the offseason in fear of him making too much maybe?
Well, I think we're all going to, not to say have a say in what he's going to do in the offseason, but we're going to definitely monitor and help him out every way we can, because, you know, these athletes, you know, they're on their own for 6 months. We don't have them. And the PA doesn't allow us to have them very much. They can be in our building working out here and there, but, you know, it's not like we have programs set up for them. So, you know, we can do the things we need to do, you know, and make sure we're up to date with what he is doing. And I think he learned a little something this offseason. I mean, it wasn't from anything but trying to do too much, probably. You know, the guy wanted to be a franchise quarterback and try to do as much as possibly ready for his first season with a lot of unknowns. You don't know what it's like to play a full season. Now he does, you know, in some respects. So I think we'll all look at his offseason program and make sure he's at his absolute best coming back.
On Shea Patterson, what do you tell a guy like him? He's been reliable all season long. I mean, it's one play, but it's the worst time.
It is. It's the first time our offense has turned over the ball in the red zone all year. It's 23 games. We've never turned the ball over in the red zone, and we do it on 2nd and goal or 2nd and 2 from the 3-yard line. I mean, I never saw that coming. You know, just the expectation was to get the first down and score and go for a 2-point and tie it up. That's the whole expectation. I mean, what do you tell them? I mean, I know turnovers, we're not afraid to say it. We need to win the turnover margin every week. We know when we do that, we win. The last 2 playoff games we've lost, I think we're -9 in turnover margin. Yet both those games came down to last plays. So I know that's how strong our team is, but at the end of the day, you can't turn over the ball. And again, I know he'll feel bad about it. We tried to tell him to keep your head up because there was still game left. I mean, even though that happened, we still could have got a stop, went down there and scored and tied it back up. I mean, so it's one of those things you just got to keep playing. And I know it'll be tough on him because he's got 6 months to think about it. I wish we could go back to practice and play again next week so we wouldn't. But, you know, it happened. And, you know, got to give them credit for making the play first and foremost.
Jason, how difficult did that final drive become with the penalties that your team experienced?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things you definitely don't want them, you know, and it pushed us back a little bit. Obviously, it wasted some time doing that too. It's a bit frustrating when it's happening, but ultimately we did get an opportunity. It wasn't going to be easy to drive the field anyways with the time left. So anytime you can get a ball into the end zone and everybody's going up for it, I mean, I think you're happy with that, you know, starting where we did with the possession. But obviously you want to be clean on any possession, particularly when the game's on the line. So obviously we'll have to look at that and figure some things out. But, you know, it wasn't meant to be.
What did Saskatchewan's defense do tonight that made life so difficult for you guys?
Well, I don't know. I mean, they play the way they play, and it's a very difficult defense to go against. They have a great front seven. They have got different guys in the secondary that move around. They give you some things, but you got to earn them. And you know, I just think they play really good team defense. Bottom line, the windows seem to be open at times, and then they close quickly. And there's a number of guys in their coverages that you got to be able to see and manipulate. You know, I thought there were a couple things there that we didn't hit. You know, whether we didn't have time to or we just didn't hit them. which could have made that game a little bit different. But, you know, they've played that way all year, and they're great defense, and they're a great team. I mean, they finished it off with the cup. So you got to, again, my hat's off to them for doing that. It's a tremendous feat.
We have a last question.
I guess, Jason, that you were expecting at least one big play from your defense today. It didn't happen. KBO had a chance. The D-line wasn't able to get to Trevor.
Yeah, I mean, again, turnover margin. You'd like to be on the positive end of that, you know, and we weren't able to create a turnover. That one at the beginning of the game, though, I mean, when you look back, that's a big play that could have been made. It would have changed maybe the tide of the game. You just never know. There's a lot of game left to be played in that, but when a game comes down to what it did, you know, that one big play could have, but, you know, we didn't make it. And that's the end of the day what needs to happen. When you win championships, you need to make plays. And I can think back to several plays they made, you know, in their secondary or on their D-line or on their offense. They made plays throughout the game, and enough of them to win. And that's why, again, I give all my credit to them, and they're celebrating for a reason.